Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk, back another video day. And today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have released wide receiver Sterling Shepard, who has spent his entire career with the New York Giants from 2016 through 2023. Shepard signed with the Buccaneers in free agency, and at that time got to see the former college teammates at Oklahoma reunited with Baker Mayfield, quarterback, and wide receiver Sterling Shepard. Me personally, I remember doing a video and talking about the signing when they signed Sterling Shepard, and I remember I was really excited to see those two back together. Look, as a Longhorns fan myself, I don't really like the Oklahoma Sooners. I think that might be an understatement. I think I could say I strongly dislike the Oklahoma Sooners. But I'm a big fan of Baker Mayfield. Even though he's an Oklahoma Sooner, I love his story and what he's overcome, going from the Browns and them deciding they didn't believe in him anymore when he was the number one overall draft pick, and goes to Carolina. That's his chance for the new beginning, and they absolutely just, even though he played bad, they absolutely gave up on him super quick. And then we were able to see him go to the Rams in a situation where Matthew Stafford was injured, and he really got the chance finally to be a starter. And obviously the Rams, with Baker Mayfield playing good and Stafford coming back the next year, they had no plans of bringing Baker back, and that's okay, and especially when Stafford's coming back. But what that did for Baker is it allowed him to get a chance to potentially get a starting job. And after we saw him play good with the Rams, he got that opportunity with the Bucs. That at the time that was a Kyle Trask, Baker Mayfield competition. There wasn't a lot of favoritism towards Baker Mayfield. I think he was the favorite to win that job against Kyle Trask, but he wasn't a huge favorite. He wasn't a huge favorite at all. I think Kyle Trask actually. I think going into that battle a little bit, I think Kyle Trask actually had a really good shot. Baker looked great in the preseason, and I think a lot of people actually did think that, by week 5, week 6, you'd see Kyle Trask as a starter and Baker will lose his job. But Baker just killed it last season, and you didn't see Kyle Trask at all. It was the best story in football last year, if you ask me. I think he's right up there with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco coming back. And playing the way he did. I think him and Joe Flacco are right up there with each other. So it was great to see Baker last year and have him having the success he did. And then after the past season, winning a playoff game, going to the divisional round playoffs. They did lose the Lions, but that was on the road. Lions are a great team. They had a good performance as a team. It was just a really close, good game. They were about one score away from the NFC Championship game. Baker's getting the starting job again. They added Sterling Shepard, who is former Oklahoma teammate of Baker's. So I loved that, honestly. I thought that was great for him. And now Sterling Shepard is being released. He didn't do anything at all in the preseason at all. I don't know if he had any targets, but he didn't have any receptions or any yards. Now, it has been reported that the Buccaneers are interested in bringing Sterling Shepard back to the Buccaneers on the practice squad. I don't know about that, though. I don't know if Sterling Shepard will make it through the waiver wires. If I had to tell everybody and make a prediction right now, I'd say I don't think that happens. But if it does, I think you definitely will see Sterling Shepard back in a Buccaneers uniform on the practice squad. Last year, he had 57 receiving yards with 1 touchdown. Even though it was a bad year last year, he's had a lot of good years. 2022 with the Giants, 154 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. He only played 3 games, though. 3 games in 2022, he had a bad injury towards ACL. And that's why we saw him so rusty in 2023. Did not play that much in 2023. But in 2022, he looked good for the Giants. 3 games, 2 starts, 155 receiving yards with 1 touchdown. And I think it was a game against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. We saw Sterling Shepard tear his ACL, and it was like in the second or third quarter. And look, he was looking good to start off that season in 2022. The year before, it's another year where it's a good year for him, but just was injured. 7 games, 6 starts, 366 receiving yards with 1 touchdown. Those are good numbers for the amount of games he's playing. Look, if he was a guy that was playing a full season with those numbers, he's average. He's like a bottom wide receiver guy. But for in 7 games, I mean, if you look at it, if you would have times that by 2, which is 14 games, not even the full 17 games, he ends up with over 700 receiving yards. So I think 2021, 2022 were both really good years for Shepard, but just couldn't stay healthy. Now 2020 was a little bit better with health. 12 games, 12 starts, 90 targets, 66 receptions, 656 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, this is another example of him not staying healthy. He puts up almost 700 receiving yards in 12 games. He missed 4 games, still 16-game seasons then. So that's 4 games missed while still having almost 700 receiving yards. Then 2019, again, 10 games, 600 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Now here is the only example, or one of the only examples we can talk about where he is fully healthy. 2018, 16 games, 16 starts, 107 targets, 66 receptions, 872 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. 2017, 11 games, 10 starts, 84 targets, 59 receptions, 731 receiving yards. Another season where he's absolutely playing fantastic, ball and being an amazing wide receiver, but just can't stay healthy. Then his rookie season is one of 2 only healthy seasons for him in his career. Rookie season, 16 games in 2016, 105 targets, 65 receptions, 65 receptions, 683 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns, the most touchdowns in his career. So this guy healthy is a great wide receiver to have, but he just cannot stay healthy at all. And I think we're talking about a great wide receiver here. If you look in his career, if he stays healthy, he has a completely different career. In his career, he has 4,095 receiving yards in 8 seasons. Has been great. And has 23 touchdowns in 8 seasons. That is, that's playing 90 games. He's missed a handful of games. 90 games in 8 seasons. When, most of those, seasons, 17, 16 games a season. I mean, he played a total of 5 seasons in his career where there's 16-game seasons. Then another 3 where there's 17-game seasons. He's missed a lot of games in his career. He's had a total of 2 seasons where he plays under 10 games. He's had a total of 4 seasons where he plays under 12 games. So it has been definitely a huge struggle for him at the point of health. So this guy's a good wide receiver if he stays healthy, but that has just not been the case in his career. Let me know your thoughts on the release of Sterling Shepard in the comment section, and peace out.